Pizzatola Center since 2012 and have not beat the Harvard Crimson since 2015. Harvard with a 15-game winning streak against Brown. Will that come to an end today? We'll find out in about an hour and 40 minutes. So the Bears get the opening tip. They're in the home whites and the dark numerals on their back. Harvard wearing the road blacks today with the white numerals on their jerseys. Here's Grace Arnoley giving it up for Kyla Jones. Mauricio trying to set a screen up high. Mulaney running right through it. Arnoley for three. Count it. Grace Arnoley gives the Bears the quick lead.
And she's really come into her own, especially in Ivy play. She's found her rhythm, she's found her stroke, and the Bears are going to do that tonight.
Absolutely. One of the team leaders in minutes per game, tied with Kyla Jones, 33.4. So she logs a lot of time out there, but has delivered much more as of late. Harvard's first offensive set. Pocket picked out of Anamakwe with the steal, and the Bears off to the races again. Here comes Jones. He'll peel it back for Arnoley. Now looking up top for Anamakwe. Arnoley, quick jumper, won't go, and oh boy, Anamakwe assist to turnover ratio and 6th in rebounds. She is very central to what Harvard likes to do. So a quick foul on her. Bears still with possession. They get it to Mauricio, who had a heck of a game against Yale on Saturday. Clutch free throws down the stretch for her. Here's Jones from the outside. That's a part of the game they've been trying to open up for her. Turner the rebound, pushes it up ahead for Glenn Bello. Takes it to the rack and in. Harvard gets its first points of the day. Arnoley will walk it up the floor this time for Brown. They'll go into their offensive set. She's picked up by Glenn Bello. Here's Jones. Mauricio curling around. Turner hounding her defensively. And Jones up top, watched by Mulaney. Jones taking it with her right hand, rejected by Mulaney. And that's what you want to do if you're Harvard. Get Jones driving, but on her right hand.
Yes, and you can see Brown just setting a lot of screens, running a lot of handoffs, kind of just to figure out what Harvard's doing on defense. Are they switching? Are they staying? And eventually get that drive from Jones is what they wanted, but to the right side is what Harvard wanted.
And not that she can't hit, but she's so much more effective as Arnoley hoists it up with the shot clock expiring, and it'll be a shot clock violation. So, you know, you expect coming into this one, great defense, hounding defense. How does
part of the game plan in the locker room.
So the Bears, the ones used to making other teams a little bit uncomfortable. The Bears, second in the league in points allowed at 57 per contest, 46th nationally. We'll see if they can keep up that defensive pressure here today. I know one of the big concerns for Brown coming into this one, how will their legs hold up after a tough outing against Yale in the fourth quarter? Bears are up by 21 points in the Mauricio, but certainly got a little nervy for Coach LeBlanc and her team down the stretch.
Yeah, and that's what Ivy play can do. No matter where you are in the rankings, Ivy play is different. Conference play is different than non-conference play, and luckily the Bears held on and were able to hit those shots, but those games can go either way.
Turner shot from downtown, a little bit too short. Mauricio, one of the shortest players on the court, comes up with a rebound. Here's Alyssa Moreland. Arnoley gets it inside to Anamakwe, going at Rodriguez. Dipsy-do, and gets it in.
And that was good defense by Rodriguez there. She didn't go for any ball fake. She held her ground with that one foul. You don't want to get 2 fouls here in the first quarter.
Rodriguez, one of the better shot blockers as well in the league. So here's Mulaney now. As Harvard staring at an early three-point deficit. Rodriguez, skip pass up for Glenn Bello. Long-range jumper, won't go. Jones the rebound, and Rodriguez all the way back. Bears with numbers if they hurry. Mauricio to the corner. Arnoley launches the three, left it short on the side of the rim, but in there. But they're going to say Harvard ball.
A little too early with her challenge flag out there.
Generally want to save those for a little bit later on. Here comes Turner. Again, over 20.5 points per game. Was thought to be lost for the season. That would have been a devastating blow, but came back just in time for Ivy League play. Huge boost for the Crimson. Turner getting Mauricio off balance, but again, another miss for her. Arnoley comes up with a loose ball. Arnoley trying to shake free of Glenn Bello. Now a little pass for Mauricio. She tries to drive inside, nowhere to go. Here's Jones. Mauricio, quick release on the three, won't go. Moreland able to fight and scrap for that rebound. A little flub on the handoff there, but gets it back. Moreland takes it to the wrap,
nice.
the reverse, and in.
I don't think I was expecting that play out of the flubbed handoff, but what an excellent finish.
I don't think Harmony Turner was either. Great boost of speed that time by Moreland on the baseline. Just blew past everyone. And a slick little finish for her first bucket of the day. Bears leading this one 7-2. Lynn Bello for Krupa. Mullaney, who's been quiet early on. Miss on the three-pointer. Turner can't get the rebound, but gets to the loose ball in the end. Here's Rodriguez for three. That won't go. And another offensive board.
Here at Harvard's length is showing where they're getting tips in, second chance points here.
But the shot's not falling. 1 for 8 now are the Crimson. Arnoley looking inside for Jones, going right at Mullaney. Puts it up and in and one for Kyla Jones. She'll have
this season, and now she's excellent from the line.
Yeah, bangs that one home. Bears in charge early on. 10-2, they lead Harvard. Here comes Mullaney. Drop off for Rodriguez. Well, Harvard did check in Abigail Wright. Give him a little bit more presence on the inside again. Rodriguez in some trouble, finds Glenn Bello for three. Left it short. When they're on the inside, the recently checked in Abigail Wright from Newton, Mass. Able to draw a foul on the Bears. And that'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. It's Brown leading Harvard 10-2. We'll be back with more from the Pizzatola Center. This is the Ivy League on ESPN.
New York, the Wonder City.
You can feel the madness. The intensity of March is underway. She hits it! Three-point game. She lets it fly and she hits it. The champions of the Ivy League. Their hands dancing. So go and dancing. Go dancing. Go dancing.
Half. 1 and 2. 2 and 4. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So let's retire inequality. Let's step forward together and let's rise together because dignity, security, retirement is for all.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
NCAA Women's Rugby Championship in the Big Green of Dartmouth. That will do it. The Brown Bears and the Lions face off. And Cornell will play on Championship Monday.
Many of the schools in the area had the day off, and the players getting out there and really taking time with the youth of the city of Providence and getting out to the floor. I know you were here as well and got to experience some of that earlier today.
Yeah, the women on the team were out there hosting over 100 kids in a clinic, and it was great. Some community members, some faculty and staff from the university, and just a really great way to start the day and bring the community into the Pistola.
Absolutely. The Bears so far delivering for the home fans, up 10-4 after those 2 made free throws from Abigail Wright. A bit of a yell that time by Gabby Anderson, making sure that they knew that she checked in during that media timeout.
Trying to get in Jones's head a little bit.
So here's Jones from the outside. Thought about the three, now trying to drive. Wright able to stop her momentum. Here's Moreland from the outside, too strong, and a rebound by Abigail Wright, who's really had an immediate impact since checking in. Here's Mullaney with Harmony Turner on the bench. Again, she's just coming back from that knee injury, which was originally thought to be season-ending. She suffered against the Michigan Wolverines. And another good take that time. It was ELENA Rodriguez. So 4 quick points after the timeout for the Crimson. And the Bears here, their lead cut in half. Jones, full head of steam, trying to get past Anderson. Moreland now, sealed off. Dangerous pass. Arnerly able to bail her out, and it's going to be a couple of impact players off the bench already, and Anderson and Wright for Harvard is Carrie Moore forced to go to the bench maybe a little bit earlier than she would have liked. And now her team getting more in sync. A wide open opportunity from the corner, but taking another step forward was Anderson. Gets another offensive board. That's the 5th offensive rebound for the Crimson here in the first quarter. Here's Mullaney. Working with Rodriguez up top. Mullaney from behind the screen drills the 3. And just like that, Harvard within 1.
And that's what Harvard needed to do coming out of the timeout. They really needed to draw up some plays and increase their defensive intensity, and Coach Moore must be happy about that.
So
2-minute span.
7-0 run for the Crimson in that span. The Bears held scoreless for the last 2 minutes or so of game time. Arnerly in some trouble, swings it outside for Moreland, releases the 3, rims out, and another rebound for the Crimson in Anamikwe. Big moment there. That's going to be 2 on her. And those are some of those frustration fouls you see sometimes when you don't get the shot to fall. You're going for that rebound, and I'm sure as a coach you get frustrated when your players are taking fouls on the offensive side there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what Harvard's defense wanted to force Moreland to shoot a 3. She's not the top 3-point shooter on the team, but that's why, you leave her open a little bit.
So Olivia Young checks in for Brown. Anderson with a pump fake. Now gets it back to Glenn Bello. Keep in mind, Harvard doing this without Turner right now as they take their first lead of the day. Glenn Bello able to slip in. Jones quickly the other way. Bears trying to increase the tempo. Jones with a hop step, can't go. Good rebound there by Anderson. And she'll rush it down the other end. Young trying to take the charge as the ball spins out. Boy, that was about halfway down, and too much English on it. As the Bears, Arnerly down to 5 on the shot clock. Couple of fancy moves, and in and 1 again. As she got intensity and ferocity on the Harvard defensive side of things, and they have made things quite difficult for the Bears. But despite all that, Brown still with a 1-point lead. They got 96 in the first quarter. Here's Rodriguez spinning away from danger. Anderson, who's provided a good energy boost, this time with the left hand too strong, but right there for the rebound. Rodriguez is not shy about shooting that 3 if it presents itself. Anderson looking for a seam, shoots over Jones and in.
Very unassuming shot. I don't think Kyla Jones expected that shot to go up.
No, I mean, Anderson averaging just 4 points per game. It's only her 6th appearance of the season. And again, Harvard a little bit short-handed today. They have the return of Harmony Turner, but still only 9 players suited up for this contest. Moreland, tough shot, won't go. Glenn Bello right down the middle. Lays it off for Rodriguez, who finishes off the glass. How many points did our very own Colleen Kelly score during her 4 seasons on the Brown women's basketball? Now, Colleen, you have a little bit of an unfair advantage here.
I don't.
But do you remember
I was
how
going to
many
ask Mike
points
if you remembered.
Definitely were a 1,000-point scorer. I'm just trying to remember how high on that list here. I'm going to say 1033. I don't know why.
Okay.
But could be a little bit more than that. But we will find out in just a bit. So Harvard now trying to add to its largest lead of the game. Glenn Bello leaves it out for Rodriguez. Good look for three. Straight on, and she hits. Harvard starting to heat up. Started the game, they were 1 for 9 from the floor. Now 6 for 18, and that was the first made three-pointer of the day. Bears trying to answer. Harvard in the midst of a 7-0 run, and the Bears again it. And Jones completes the three-point play, so they're going to get Krupa for the foul as her first of the day. The sophomore from Morton, Illinois.
Both teams are finding their stride a bit here in the second quarter. First quarter, everybody's feeling each other out, and defense was a little forcing shots, but I feel like the offense has settled into kind of what they were expecting.
Rodriguez, a miss there from the outside. She's a 42% shooter from three-point land, but had taken only 24 three-pointers coming into today. Has already launched a couple up there. Here's Mauricio from the outside trying to get going here today, and the rebound falls to Rodriguez. Really does a lot of everything. There's a rejection there by Jones on Mulaney.
And there's the sneaky, quiet defense that Kyla Jones brings to the team.
Young launches the three. That won't go. And so far the Bears, tough time from the outside right now. 1 for 8. When the Bears are on from the outside, they are on. But sometimes when they are off, they are off. Trying to find that rhythm from the perimeter here today. Of course, they have not played at home in about 6 weeks. They have been road warriors since early December. Here's Rodriguez right down the middle, and another bucket for her. Rodriguez leading all scores with 9 points in the lead up to 5. Aiello swings it for Jones, and now Arnoley. Already 2 minutes gone by here in the second. Arnoley, a little step back, long range jumper. And Harvard
making you take a shot that you didn't really want to take or thought it was open for a split second. Their length is really altering the shots, and that's what the coaching staff was concerned about coming into the game. So we'll see if Brown can make some adjustments here.
Yeah, certainly a different look than what they saw against Yale on Saturday. Here's Arnoley dribbling through traffic. Moreland with the shot clock expiring, won't go, and Murray. But
yeah,
Mulaney on a illegal box out there.
Yeah, if you don't go for the ball sometimes and you just continue to push back, the refs see that as you said, too long of a box out.
Oh, rejection there on the inside by Glenn Bello on Mauricio's attempt. They get it to Anderson, too deep. Back for Glenn Bello. Kick out for Mulaney, step back three. Count it. And Mulaney hits from downtown. And Harvard up by 8. Jones looking for that opening, and Harvard's done a really good job getting back. Here's Maya Murray, though, off the dime from Jones.
And going back to Mulaney's three-point shot, you could almost sense that she knows exactly where the three-point line is before she catches it. Her feet are behind that line, ready to let it fly.
Speaking of letting it fly from three-point land, Mulaney right on cue, buries another triple. 9-point advantage, 9 points for Mulaney. Jones finding herself a rare opportunity wide open, and Harvard's going to call a timeout now for Harvard.
And that last three-pointer you just saw, that really showed her range. Her heels were almost on the sideline by Brown's bench there.
I know we were talking about it earlier. She has had some big games here at the Pizzatola Center against the Bears, and the last thing the Bears want to see is for her to get hot, especially from the outside. And Harvard building a 7-point lead, and that's without Harmony Turner scoring a single point. So far, again, she still averages 20.5 per contest, 29 or 28 in her return against Yale, another 12 against Princeton the other night. But so far, scoreless here today. As the Bears defense trying to come up with a stop here. Down a 3 on the shot clock. Turner, a wild one, won't go, and the rebound falls to Mauricio.
Mauricio's been playing Turner really tough. She might not have the same length as Turner, but she's really altered her shots and made it difficult for her.
And making things difficult in the middle was ELENA Rodriguez. Another rejection as Mauricio tried to slip through. Turner floats it up, won't go. Maya Murray comes down with it. And both teams going a little chilly after that last timeout. Dip under 6 minutes left here in the second quarter. Kyla Jones leads the Bears with 8 points so far today. Jones trying to carve her way inside and does it with the right hand. So Harvard doing what they want to do, force her to the right. Unfortunately for them, Kyla Jones very adept at scoring with the right hand as well.
I'll take it.
So Jones now an even 10 points on 4 of 8 shooting from the floor. Bears down by 5.
And 2 right-handed layups, I think, out of that 10.
So here's Anderson. Long-range jumper. That one, you could tell, was off as soon as she shot it. Up ahead it goes for Young.
Young looked like she wanted to pull that for a second.
Just looked like her feet weren't quite set when she was pulling up the dribble.
Made a good decision.
Here's Jones from the outside, and that one just drifted towards the left. Easy rebound that time for ELENA Rodriguez. She leads the Crimson with about 7 rebounds per contest. Rodriguez trying to hand it off to Turner. Again, Mauricio's been with her step for step. Skip pass over for Anderson. There's that corner she likes to shoot from, but another miss. Much to the Bears' delight, here comes Jones. Jones, the kick out. And it's going to be deflected. I think Glenn Bello got a piece of it as they were trying to connect with Young in the corner. So well-deserved rest here for Mauricio as Grace Arnoley comes back in. We'll see if Arnoley gets the Turner defensive assignment. Looks to be that way. Murray will get it in to Moreland. 4.5 to go. Bears as a team just 1 of 11 right now from beyond the arc. Going to need to find a way to score from the outside at some point here today. Murray puts it on the floor, hoists it up. It won't go. Turner the rebound, and here comes Harvard. Turner, oh, nice hesitation that time. Draws the contact as Arnoley just a half step there. 4 of their starting 5 out there. Murray in for the foul-troubled Ada Anamikwe. Picked up 2 in the first quarter. We haven't seen her since. We said that would be a big moment, and that does really impact the game for Brown.
It changes the way they play defense, changes the way maybe they run some offense, some screens.
Jones managed to get that one to Moreland. Mauricio trying to get free. Murray, a little bounce pass for Moreland, couldn't convert. And again, that kind of doubling presence of Krupa and ELENA Rodriguez made things difficult inside the lane for the Bears. Turner, a little Euro step rejected by Murray.
I take that back. Murray's had that impact in the paint there.
Well, Murray has been known to be a pretty good shot blocker during her time, even though her minutes a little bit lessened this season. Certainly can have that type of impact on a game inside the paint. Again, the Bears just look a little bit out of sync offensively here against this tough Harvard defense. Jones, tough shot, doesn't get the friendly roll, gets the loose ball, and gets the second opportunity.
Jones always seems to be around the ball, whether on offense or defense. It just always seems to be there. Not sure how she does it, but
somehow finds the way, and now up to 12 points to lead all scorers. Again, second in the Ivy League in scoring coming into this 1 points per game, just under 17. Right underneath, and there's a little foul with the body from Moreland. That'll put right at the line. Right misses on the first. Another good free throw shooter. Harvard is #1 in the Ivy League in free throw shooting, 77% on the season. Wright was at around 76% before that last one. And misses both, so the Bears catch a break. Now by 5 here, 2.5 to go. Second quarter action. Bears trying to stay atop the Ivy League table. Here's Moreland putting it up, won't go. Turner trying to break free of Mauricio. Looks inside, Krupa with the left hand, and there's too much of a height advantage that time going against Jones. Jones trying to return the favor with the speed burst. Looking for some help, finds Murray. Now we get it to Mauricio. Pumps up the 3, won't go, and the Bears woes from the outside. First of 3-pointers from Milady. They haven't really got the ball in her hands the last couple of possessions, but she'll get a rest here before the break. Turner from the outside. It's going to be an illegal screen on Glenn Bello. That'll be the second on her. So that's a couple of Crimson players with 2 fouls. Mulaney and now Glenn Bello. So 2 starters for Harvard. First one for the Bears in Anamakwe. 90 seconds to go. Jones with the right hand again. Threw a triple team, nearly walked. Still got the shot off, but left it a little bit short. Turner back the other way. Drifting jumper over Mauricio, and that one goes.
It's a kick-out option.
Well, I think, like we talked about before, the biggest issue right now for the Bears has been the shooting from the outside. 1 for 12. They're not going to win any games going that kind of rate from the outside. You have to start hitting some outside shots to open up the inside, if anything. I mean, right now, Jones with the 12, Arnoley next closest with 5, and then you got 3 players with 2. Harvard a little bit more balanced, Rodriguez and Mulaney with 9 each, and then Turner and Glenn with 4, and another 3 with 2. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what the Bears can cook up. Jones, tough one-hander and partially blocked. Which is not.
End of practice. 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Jones sandwiched underneath. They get it to Murray, who is the only one open. Arnoley has to force up a wild one and hit. Oh, dear.
Not sure that's the play that Coach LeBlanc drew up, but we'll take it.
Oh, big collision. Moreland and right in front of the Brown bench. Eventually charged the foul to Moreland. That's 2 on her now as well. Mulaney struggling to get it in, but does find Turner.
And Coach LeBlanc smartly subbed Moreland out to make sure she didn't get a third here in the last 20 seconds.
So about a 4-second differential. Turner will hold for now. Mauricio getting ready for what awaits. Turner into the lane, and it's going to be a travel on her. Jones gets ready to go. Final 8 seconds. Jones trying to drive inside, puts it up, and that will not go in. Harvard will take a 32-20 half. That means that Ada Anamakwe can come back. She had the 2 fouls in the first quarter. We didn't see her after about the 7-minute mark. And she can definitely change things up on the defensive end as well for Brown. So here's Jones now for Anamakwe. Fake handoff. Anamakwe to the rim, and just a little too strong off the glass. Rodriguez hauls it in. Quickly ahead, Glenn Bello for Turner. And Turner puts it up, won't go. 1 for 7 now is Turner. Anamakwe will leave it off for Arnoley. Alyssa Moreland up top. Mauricio camped out in the corner, but Turner has done a number on her so far defensively today. And Jones, a blind pass there, trying to wrap it around the defender, but Anamakwe had cut the other way. And just the 4th turnover of the game for Brown. Here's Mulaney, the floater won't go. Anamakwe already an immediate impact since returning.
Absolutely. And, you know, the first drive of the second half here, she missed that layup. That's a good sign that she's taking the ball to the basket and trying to make something different happen. Maybe that's an adjustment that Coach LeBlanc talked about at halftime.
It certainly gives the Bears a little bit more size and athleticism on the inside to deal with players like Krupa and Rodriguez. Arnoley kicks it out for Mauricio. Mauricio off her foot, able to keep it in just barely. Go down to 4 on the shot clock. Mauricio for Arnoley, floats up a wild one, won't go, and it'll be a shot clock violation as, again, the Harvard defense taking care of business on their end of the floor.
And Harmony Turner, she's really making Mauricio work for not even a shot, just to get the ball in her hands.
And it's almost like, you know, maybe she's not scoring today, but she's totally negating any contributions on the offensive end for Mauricio. So
absolutely, they both are wearing each other out. For
it has been quite the defensive battle on both ends of the floor, those two going at it. Here's Krupa, a little step back, and does not get it to go, but Rodriguez somehow able to get in between both Arnoley and Anamakwe. Glenn Bello off the glass, won't go, kept alive again, another offensive board, and this time she does hit, but a key touch there by Turner.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's what smart players do. They know they can't get the ball, they tip it to someone else.
So a slow start for both teams. That was just the first points of the second half. Harvard back to an 8-point lead. They've led by as many as 9 today, as Mauricio still looking for her first points of the game. Moreland. Now Arnoley, quick release on the 3 and hits.
And that was really good offensive execution. You saw Arnley just make a really quick, small adjustment and got the open shot.
Turner trying to take matters into her own hands. Doesn't go, but a fortuitous bounce right to Rodriguez after a good defensive stand. Rodriguez, her easiest points of the game. She's got 11. Mauricio gives it up to Jones, who's watched this time by Mulaney. They go inside. Moreland puts it up, partially blocked by Rodriguez. And Rodriguez able to escape the pressure. Floats it to the corner. Glenn Bello. Looked like a foot might have been on the line. They might have to review that. For now, it'll stand as a 3. And Harvard to a double-digit lead for the first time today. Arnley for 3. And that one will go behind the backboard. Unfortunate course of this year. See if the Bears can get any kind of minutes out of her. That would be huge as Moreland gets a rest.
Yeah, well, this game doesn't have a very high-tempo feel. Both teams are working really hard to get shots off.
Well, you wondered for the Bears as Rodriguez gets the and one opportunity, where would their legs be today? We knew that they were getting, and gets it to go. Boy, I don't know how that one stayed in the cylinder, but somehow it did, dropped home, and now it's a 13-point advantage, which feels huge in a game like this.
Especially when your shots aren't quite falling for Brown as they maybe typically see.
Jones getting a little bit of contact in the lane. Harvard was looking for the travel. Instead, it's going to be a foul on Abigail Wright. That'll be her second of the game. Here's Nelson on the outside. Mauricio looking for some help. Arnley back from Mauricio. Fires it up. And again, just a little bit long, and Amakwe skying in, but just couldn't haul in the rebound. Got a piece of it, but knocked it out of play. And we do have a final to report from up in Cambridge. The Brown Bears taking down Harvard 74-72 in a big Ivy League road win for Mike Martin and his side. Oh, good look on the inside for Rodriguez. Harmony Turner not scoring a lot today, but that is her 4th assist of the game.
Yeah, I don't think we talked much about her ability to find her open teammates and make a difference even when she's not scoring 20 points a game.
Well, it just shows you her all-around game and how she can impact it in a variety of ways. As Anamakwe got tied up nicely by Wright, and now that'll be, I believe, the 3rd turnover of the quarter on the Bears. They had only 3 turnovers in the entire first half. There's Turner. Get that quick pass over from Mulaney. Back outside Rodriguez, who's been on fire, and this time doesn't get it to go, but Turner, the rebound, the dish, Mulaney the miss. Glenn Bello comes up with it. And that is 10 offensive rebounds now for Harvard. Here's Mulaney for 3. Rattles out, and Turner somehow wiggles away with the ball as the Bears just cannot come up with a rebound. They were -2 at the break, now find themselves -7 in rebounding. Rodriguez gets around to Namakwe, rolls it off the rim, and nearly got it back. Bears, fast break opportunity. Mauricio, slick pass for Jones, and she converts.
Perfectly executed 2-on-1 right there, and maybe that'll give the Bears a little bit of a spark here. The spark they needed to cut into this lead.
Well, they certainly needed to get something going there. That is only 5 points for the Bears in this quarter as Wright puts it up and in. Harvard now outscoring Brown 14-5 in the frame in building their largest lead of the day. 4 minutes to go here. 3rd quarter action. Nelson around for Mauricio. Mauricio just no space, turns it over as Turner comes up with the steal and the finish on the other end. Coach LeBlanc have it.
Listen, I feel so fortunate just to spend that time on the team with the Bears.
Absolutely, and of course the closest Bear to 1,000 points right now, Kyla Jones, just surpassed 900 career points in this game. She sits at 902, but her Bears in the midst of watching Harvard go on a 14-2 run to boost the lead up to 17, trying to get some points back, and they do on the inside. Maya Murray able to drop it in. And Harvard looking to answer quickly, maybe a little too quickly, but another offensive rebound, make it number 13 for the game. Extends the possession once again, and that has been a huge factor in this one today. Right, over for Turner. Just over 3 minutes left in the third. Arnoley this time with a defensive assignment with Mauricio on the bench. Forces a tough shot, but Rodriguez swoops in for another rebound, and Rodriguez a double-double here tonight.
And Harvard's too good of a team to give them second chance, third chance, fourth chance on some of these possessions. They're going to take advantage and, do what Harmony Turner does and hit that mid-range jump shot there.
Yeah, Turner just too good of a player. We talked about her having just 4 at the half. She is up to 8 now, but you could feel that maybe she was simmering a little bit in that first half. Now starting to heat up, and that's the last thing the Bears want to see, is Turner certainly one of the best players in the entire league. Had that scare at the Michigan game where she went down. They thought they had lost her for the season, but managed to battle back, came back for that Yale game. A huge win for the Crimson as the Bears with 14. And they've been able to extend those possessions and make the Bears pay with 13 second chance points. And Harvard also just 3 turnovers for the game. The Bears, who averaged almost 10 steals per contest, just 1 steal today.
Yeah, it's not because they've effort or communication. I think they're, Harvard's just taking really smart shots, putting the ball in the hands of the right people at the right time.
It just feels like that Yale game maybe took a little bit more out of the Bears than the Princeton game.
Harvard just seems to be working a little bit smarter, where the Bears are working really, really hard for a shot, for a stop. Harvard just seems to have a little bit more sequence with some of their schemes here.
And they found lots of spots for Rodriguez to do just that. Rodriguez now with a game-high 19 points. 8 for 13 from the field. That's her second 3-ball as well. And Harvard with its largest lead of the game at 20 points. They blew open what was a 6-point game at the half. They have now outscored the Bears 21-7 in the frame. And the Brown Bears seen Rodriguez be able to hit that today.
And she's a tough player to defend, too. I'm not sure we talked enough about her yet, but she's one of those true point forwards where she's a post player sometimes, but she's a face-up guard that can shoot the 3. I've seen her rebound.
Rodriguez today, 19 points, 8 of 13 from the field, 2 3-pointers, 1 for 1 from the line, 11 boards, 3 assists, and a block shot in 28 minutes. I mean, she has gone the distance here for the Crimson. It has really been outstanding. Tremendous player, the junior from Spain. The Bears trying to make a little run here. Jones, the miss. Murray, though, gets the rebound and the putback, so the Bears getting the offensive board and finish. Be pretty fluid out there. Early in her career, saw more minutes, and now a little bit more of a role player this season, but she's played well today in some limited action as Mulaney took a tumble and then is tied up with the arrow favoring Bears today. That's been a big part of the storyline as well. They are 3 of 17. And that's an area they've been excelling a little bit more as of late. In that game against Yale, they were 8 for 18 from beyond the arc, shooting for 44%. And really, with this Brown team offensively, you usually need a big 3. You usually need a combination of Jones, Mauricio, maybe Moreland and Arnoley. 3 of those 4 have to get into double figures. Today, it's just been Jones and Arnoley, 14 and 11 respectively. Here's Mauricio looking for her first of the day, and again, slightly drifting towards the left. Harvard a chance for one last shot, and they're going to get a foul on the Bears. They thought they had the steam, trying to spark the home side into a little bit of a run to start this fourth quarter, but the ball will be in the hands of the visiting Crimson as Mulaney works it over for Harmony Turner. Turner is up to 8 points now, gets it off to Rodriguez, who has just continued to dominate inside and outside. 21 points now for ELENA Rodriguez as the Crimson look to be well on their way in their second Ivy League victory of the season, up by 20 here in the fourth quarter. But as we saw the other day against Yale, you never know what could happen down the stretch. The Bulldogs made what was a 21-point Brown lead disappear and nearly pulled off the comeback, but the Bears able to hold off Yale in the end. The miss from downtown there by Jones. Another rebound for Rodriguez, who already had the double-double. Here's Mulaney from the outside. That one won't drop. Was about halfway down. before popping back out. There's the Bears. Try to work their offensive set. They do have their starters on the floor right now. Mauricio with Moreland, Namakwe, Arnoley, and Jones. Disruptive hands by Glenn Bello. And the Bears manage the hold on. 6 on the shot clock. Arnoley puts it over the rim. Glenn Bello comes up with it. And a jump ball. Back in. Who has been an absolute monster on both ends of the floor. One of her best games of the season for sure. Rodriguez right now, it is her season high in terms of points. Does have the double-double as well. And the Bears look to Arnoley. Trying to feed it inside. He gets it to Moreland, but a travel on Alyssa Moreland.
I thought we might see her play today.
Yeah, the Bears could have used maybe a little bit more out of Moreland today, a little bit more out of Mauricio in terms of scoring. Of course, Harmony Turner was all over Mauricio the entire game. So those were some of the maybe X factors that the Bears could have used to kind of get hot today. Here's right from the outside, left it short. Another offensive board. That'll be 18 offensive rebounds now for Harvard. Another extended possession, and now you can see Crimson kind of going into just kill the game off mode. Wright drives it in, puts it up, won't go, but she'll head to the line shooting 2. Not been a huge factor in this one as well. Arnoley trying to shake free of Anderson, gets it to Mauricio, launches the 3, and there it finally drops. It's been a long time culling, and that time she was able to slip past the screen and drop it in from deep.
Yeah, and that one just looked a little different. Her feet were set, her shoulders were square. She was catch and shoot in rhythm, and that makes a big difference to a shooter, whether you're in rhythm or out of rhythm, or on a layup if you're in rhythm or out of rhythm. That was very much in rhythm.
Very slick passing there by the Crimson, making it look easy as they dissected the Brown defense. Arnoley trying to penetrate inside, in some trouble, gets it to Namakwe, who gets hit on her way up. That'll earn her a trip to the line shooting.
And like finding the rhythm, and you know, to your point of when you're used to someone being in a lineup and you're not, like you got to make those adjustments, and if you can't make those adjustments quickly, it's going to be a lot more challenging to win a game.
Harvard getting down the floor quickly. They'll launch a quick 3 as well. Glenn Bello misses.